Just hours before the fifth round of talks were set to begin over the weekend, the government made a sudden decision to pull out. Back-channel and informal talks were held to convince the government to return to the negotiating table with the NDF. The two panels even attended Sunday Mass together, but the government stood firm on its decision.
We don't have yet that enabling environment conducive to peace negotiations. Nothing has changed from that.
The National Democratic Front said the Philippine government set at least two conditions for the talks to continue. One, the CPP-NPA revoke its order to step up attacks against government in response to the martial law declaration in Mindanao. And second, that they should finally sign the bilateral ceasefire agreement. The government did not get a favorable response.
The problem is we are not sure what they mean by the enabling atmosphere. In our published, no? And you know, our position has always been that unless there are agreements on social and economic reforms in place, it would be premature to talk about ceasefire.
Norway, which has facilitated the talks since 2001, remains confident this impasse could be still ironed out.
It's important to specify that although this fifth round of formal talks will not take place, the peace talks have not been cancelled and the peace process remains intact.
And since the peace process is still on, detained NDF consultants who have been released in order to join the negotiations will remain free for now. With still no joint ceasefire in place, violence on the ground could worsen, especially with the talks now in limbo. David Santos, CNN Philippines.